What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to Szpakowo, Poland here. We are working on baling our fields, and today we're gonna get to our buckwheat harvest over here. It looks like the yield's not gonna be the best, just like we expected. We're picking up some straw right now. We also have the grass field that we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do with. It's so small that I'm not sure it's even worth worrying about unless we actually did get cattle. And I'm undecided on that. I do want to focus on all of the specialty crop types that come with this map. Get those planted throughout the couple years that we'll probably spend here. And just really enjoy Poland. So that's the plan. We're gonna get this all baled up. We're gonna have to get a bale trailer. Figure out which one of our tractors we can put a front loader on so we can get these bales moved around. That's the plan this morning. Finishing up August right now. We'll probably make it September here momentarily. But I'm gonna get this baling done and then we'll do some shopping. And we already did the field to the left over there by the other farmyard if you joined last episode. If not, we'll show you in a little bit. We are at 18 bales total. Looks like we will get a 19th bale here. Not too bad, not too much to manage to pick up. But we'll get this last one done and then a little partial bale. And then we're gonna sleep for the night. And so in concluding baling here, we're not gonna worry about all the little pieces everywhere. That'll be 19 or 20 bales total. Let's go ahead and drive this back in. I did move all of our equipment from the farmyard that we sold last episode. So we do have everything between here and the second farmyard now. But we're gonna sleep, make it September, head to the store, figure out if one of our tractors can be configured for a front loader and get a trailer to move some bales around. And this should be safe right here. I did open all the doors so I can see all the areas now that we can kind of wander through. But it's time to sleep. I think what we're gonna do is we're going to find our little trailer. That's the slurry tanker. Where'd I put the goods? All right, it's behind here, I remembered. So that can be configured to a bale trailer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on doing that. Well, we need a silo, and I think that's what I want to spend my money on instead of buying another trailer when we already have a trailer. And I was looking at the calendar. We're gonna need this trailer for the buckwheat harvest, so we got to clear this up somehow, and I think I found a spot. Let's take a look. I think back here in the edge of the property we'll put a silo down, and we'll go with this old school looking one. And that should work right there. And I think we just cruise around this way. We can get on over there. Yeah, I think that looks good there. That'll work for us. And go ahead and drop the spelts in there. I think I'm saying that right. Works good. All right, so now let's head on up to the dealership. We're gonna have to try to find that because we're gonna buy, we're gonna reconfigure it, and then we're gonna also buy a front loader for the John Deere. And I am loving this cab view on this map. It just looks so good. You get to see all the details a little bit closer on the ground, the foliage. So nice. Starting to see some leaves on the ground here as it's starting to become fall. I think the place we're looking for is a left turn up here just past this dirt road that's coming up. Still discovering everything on this map. So we'll get past the dirt road. Yeah, I think this is it right here. This looks like the place. Service looks like we need to open the garage potentially. Oh, that's pretty nice. All right, let's just pull in here. And it is gonna be free to customize this to a bale trailer. And then we're gonna come in here and add the front load attacher. We'll go with the quick. Now it looks like we get to go inside here. Do we actually get to go inside? Lovely. Look at this. I dig it. I dig it. All right, now we got to come in here and get the front loader. And we'll be able to go with the cheapest one possible, I believe, here for 7,500. Customize this. Let's see if we can get the John Deere colors on it. We might as well. I think, oh, those, let's do like, do we have the John Deere yellow? We do. Yeah, we'll do it that way. We'll buy that. And combinations, we will go, what do we want to do on here? Never used this before. I want to give this a shot. And we'll come back and get some bale forks if we don't like that. Go ahead and get this all hooked up and we'll head on home. Get some bales moved around. We'll figure out the configuration of that and the controls here in a minute. That looks pretty easy, actually. The only thing is our bales sit in the right direction for this. Might have to knock them over. I don't know, never used it before. We'll figure it out though. All right, we did mention this field we harvested last month. We are gonna go ahead and cruise into this field. There should be 3 bales here waiting for us. Go, let's make sure we pull far enough off the road. That should be a good spot to drop the trailer. All right, we're gonna at least figure this out. This mode here. All right, which way do we want to grab these? I'm guessing this way. Probably want them the other direction. I don't, this should still work, I would imagine. Oh yeah, why haven't I used these? And we could probably even get away with stacking them correctly here, so they don't roll off. Let's try this way. This actually might be easier. Oh, we're not gonna be able to get enough height to do that. Okay, well, that was a thought. I don't know if we're gonna get all the way over, so we might need to help this one out. All right, let's back up. And, we'll be able to budge that. I don't know. Let's try to get it a little bit farther over. All right, that'll work. And this will probably be a good spot. We'll see how long the patience lasts picking up the bales this way. But you know, like everything else, practice makes perfect. So maybe we just fight through it as we drop the bale. Okay, let's look at the price of straw. Not much fluctuation. We are gonna go to KD sell points for this, which looks to be behind us. All right, so that direction. Go ahead and get back on the road. Just under 100,000 liters of straw to sell. Let's head that way. New sell point to learn. Just a relaxing little drive through town here. 800 meters away. Some apartment, looks like apartment buildings there. There's those open chickens again. Free range, love it. And this must be by that other farmyard we had. Making our way there, we'll get there. I thought this was an interesting design for having a pole or a bar in the middle of your windshield. And the pipe's there anyways, so you're not gonna see much, but it just feels like I'm a little obstructed driving this one in cab. The road narrows over here, so we'll have to be a little more careful. All right, we have not been this far yet. That is the yard that we sold. Now looking at it, it's probably the nicest one and we should have kept it, but that's all right. It gave us a lot of money to fund what we're doing. I think it's just gonna be here, oh, we go right into it. And then take a left, I believe so. So let's go ahead and slow down here. Yep, there's a car coming. Let's get out of its way. And we will just loop through here. Nice. And it looks like the location to sell is directly ahead of us. All right, making some money. $15,000. Not bad, that's pretty good for some bales. Make our way back. We're gonna look at the calendar. The buckwheat is not ready, so I think what we're gonna do is take a look at what we can do to start prepping some fields for the next planting. I know we have at least 3 fields that we could get taken care of. We'll look at our cedar, make sure it's gonna require cultivation. and get the cultivator going if that is the case. But I'll see you at home. Yeah, thinking through these forks here, I think if we would have the... If we had the baler set up to where it flips the bales onto their side, I think it would work pretty good. I believe it is designed to grab them that way. It would make a lot more sense. So maybe we'll look into seeing if we can reconfigure that baler to have the attachment on the back that flips the bales after they drop next time around. And that might help us with baling or picking up the bales. Otherwise, I might switch back to forks because I don't really want to use auto load all the time. And we don't have a ton of bales to pick up on this series, so it would be a good one for me to get some more practice into actually moving bales around. All right, we made it home. Let's look at the calendar and start planning some of this out. So planting right now, I don't think there's anything, but we're going to look at these custom types. So we have the buckwheat, we have clover, which I don't think we'll do anything with. We do have flax. We could plant that in April. Mustard, we could plant in September. That would be interesting to do. Then there's also a mustard cover crop. Then we have rye. Rye, I think, is what I wanted to plant. You can plant it in March, or you could plant it in September, October, harvest July, August, September. They have a specific thing for silage corn, huh? That's interesting. The spelt we could plant as well. And then we have green rye and, wow, how do you say that? Vetch rye? I think what we're gonna do is I want to go with rye. We're gonna get the tractor we're using last time. I forget what brand it is, or forgive me. The Virtus? The same Virtus? I think this was the one with our most horsepower. We're gonna go grab the, well, let's look at the Great Plains cedar real quick. Looks like it does require cultivation, so let's go get the cultivator. It is at the other farm. And then I think we're gonna come back and do field 56 as rye. But you know, while we're over there, we could cultivate that smaller field. I think it's 65 is that field number. Just cruise around here, get back to the main road, and then on our way to go grab that cultivator. Yeah, we'll get these 2 fields cultivated, and then we'll figure out exactly what we want to do for lime. We did get the soil samples already, so now it's just taking care of the soil correctly. Boy, that monitor is not in a good spot. That is a huge blind spot. Nice little sunroof, though. Now we have this little field here as well. So maybe we'll get all 3 of them cultivated here. If I can remember, yes, pull through here. That's where I left it. Perfect. Sneak in here, hook up to the cultivator. And sneak on out. Yeah, let's start with this one we haven't been on yet. Awesome. All right, let's get her lowered. Start ripping up the ground a little bit here. So it's a shallow cultivator, I believe, right? Probably want to get a little farther over on that pass. There we go, that should be better. All right, let's get the guided steering assist all configured here. Ooh, quite the noises. Yeah, that's nice little GPS noises there. Sounds, little beeps. Cultivating up nice. Oh, look at that. That looks awesome. Been missing out not doing a little more in cab view. Texture looks really good when you look behind that way. All right, this shouldn't take long at all. Let's get this field done. And last pass, glorious little quick job here. These fields are cool. I'm loving this change up, guys. Nice little mix up in the way we play. Not bad at all. Almost feels like you're not gonna even make your money's worth of the effort you put into this field. Gosh, because they're so small. So we'll get lime going next on some of these, but I think we'll go ahead and get this one going next. Just hopping over the creek. I do love that we don't have just rectangular fields as well. There's a little bit of a natural design to them. A little bit of character. Yeah, not bad at all. Found it easier to do this in cab view on this one. Just the trees are in the way. It's just hard to get time lapses look good in cab view is the problem. Yeah, this is pretty nice. See the difference? No. We were lined up. Come on, guided steering. Yeah, I don't know if I would go crazy with all this beeping long term. It is pretty sweet to hear it, but at some point it's like, come on, that's enough beeping. No, it probably wouldn't bother you at all because you're actually relying on it. You're not just hearing it. Well, we do have some rain falling now at noon. I'm not sure how long this storm's gonna be. We already see the cloud icon for the next forecast, so I'm assuming it's gonna be a short one. What I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna take this on over to the spelt field, and we're going to cultivate that, but I'm gonna hand that over to a worker, and then I think we are gonna utilize the liquid lime. We have that mod installed, and we do have a sprayer, so we could utilize that to get lime put down. And then the Great Plains should have the fertilizer unit, and if it doesn't, we can upgrade it. And we'll get the fertilizer put down when we plant that way. So 2 fields done. We'll get this going on a worker, like I said, and keep making progress. Loving this series. Let's cruise on over there, get them set up. Look at the texture, the water texture on the road looks so good. All right, we're here. We'll just hand it on over and have them go on their merry way while we jog up and grab another tractor to go get the sprayer. It does seem to be coming down pretty good at this point, so hopefully this is a short storm. Shouldn't interrupt our day too much. And this is where we stored the sprayer for now. So we get this picked up. And head on over to the store and see about getting some lime for this. Tractor seems to be handling it fine. You know, smaller field's gonna be hard for me to judge how much to buy. I think we'll just buy whatever the capacity of this is to start with. So we'll take a look in the store to remind ourselves of that. And this one does hold 1,200. So we'll go ahead and buy 2,000 worth. Let's see if we can find it here. It comes in 2,000, so that should do. And you know, like I said, I have no idea. No idea how much we're gonna go through, but oh, does this show the capacity right here? I've never looked at it that way. All right, let's go ahead and start filling her up. It says this actually, it does, look at that. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. The little details in life. Is this too heavy now? Seems like it might be. Might be lifting the front end a little bit. Oh, like this, just gorgeous. With the rain, they got the leaves on the ground. Just a great amount of detail. Just kind of wondering if we're even gonna need to do 2 passes here. Looks like just barely. Should definitely be enough. Let's go ahead and get it activated here. Oh, that's going down fast. And just a small area. It's just unfortunate we'll have to use twice as much as we really need to here because of the width. But yeah, the capacities might be the one thing that makes this not desirable to use. But it does add to the efficiency value. If you could buy, I believe, the tank on the front to expand our capacity would be the best thing to do. But we've already burned through it and we didn't finish this field. Just a little bit. That's unfortunate. All right, let's head back over there. Let's see if there's a back way to get there right here. It looks like this dirt road might connect. Should have brought the trailer and the John Deere. Bought a forklift, or a fork, pallet fork, but that's all right. Looks like this will take us directly to it. Maybe. Negative. We can get there though. Oh, these sad fields didn't get harvested last month. Yeah, there's a little entrance here. Perfect. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no one saw. Definitely gonna need more. Let's go ahead and purchase it. I think we're gonna need at least 2 more of these. We'll grab 3 just in case. Fill that up and then head on back. I think it is a little too heavy for this tractor. We probably won't use it next time. I might actually swap out. It is lifting a little bit on the front, especially when we hit bumps. Definitely helps to just keep the speed down a little bit when there's these conditions, I guess I should have said. All right, let's get it done. And then we'll, like I said, we'll probably get the John Deere over there, buy a pallet fork so that we can get the line brought over so it's a lot quicker to do the next 2 fields. And probably buy 1 more pallet too while we're there. But I'll head on over to this next field, get prepped, and then we'll do that. And just filling up with some lime. We got the John Deere over here. We did buy some pallet forks, but this is all the lime we already had purchased earlier. So just a little bit of stretch here while the worker is still finishing the cultivating. The timing should be just about right, but I feel like this is plenty of lime to finish this area. So now we'll cruise on over and get this prepped and staged at the other field we're going to prepare today. And we're going to get at least, I think, 2 of these planted here in September. We'll see how time is. Getting back on this road, I am blown away by the textures and colors and everything on this map, specifically with the reshade. It looks a little dull without it, but man, like that versus that just looks beautiful. All right, with the John Deere out of the way, we can finish up the liming on our field number 63 here, but boy, I do think this is the wrong tractor, especially as it's getting wet out here. It's just slipping a lot more, and I don't think it can handle the weights when it's full. So we'll probably, if we do another lime session later on, we'll probably switch tractors on that at that point, but we'll get by. And hopefully this is enough so we don't have to bring the John Deere back over, but we'll shut it off there. A little farther zoomed out to make sure we don't overdo it, but yeah. So let's get this done. We'll get back over to that other field. I'll see you there. Well, we got a little time to kill before they're done with cultivating here. I am gonna run over to the other farm. We're gonna get the Great Plains, and we're gonna bring that back. We'll probably run up to the store too and get it topped up with seed and fertilizer. And there it is. This should be a perfect seeder for the size of fields we have. Just gotta get this backed up here. I love the ground texture, the different colors. That's pretty sweet. All right, let's head on back to the dealership. And it looks like we do need to see about upgrading this to get the fertilizer on here. I definitely want to do that as a single phase. Yeah, this is challenging this way. We probably should have gone down that dirt road. Implements in town aren't gonna work in Poland. You might as well put the flashers on, put the hazards on. And I guess we should have brought the trailer, but I elected to go this way with it. We can put the pallets, the leftover that don't fit, on the pallet forks and try to bring them back with us so we don't have to do multiple trips. And I'm hoping, you know, just 1 pallet of seed and 1 pallet of fertilizer is going to be enough. So we want to go into the Great Plains here, and we definitely want to add that for $5,000. Add in the fertilizer units. And then let's hop into the store. We will get a whole pallet of seeds, and oh, let's double check. That is solid fertilizer. So we will do, instead of a bag, let's do the pallet of fertilizer. And I don't remember how much fits in here, so we might get lucky. We won't get lucky, but how much seed? How much seed? Back up and get a little closer here. Now we should be able to go ahead and hit that. And then we wanted to do rye first, so let's see if we can get that set on here. Yep. Oh, so it did take all the seed. That's gonna work out lovely, unless we need more. But we do have the pallet forks on here, so we'll be able to sneak up and we'll go this way. It should be fine. and we'll take this home with us. Or back to the field that we're going to want to plant first. And I think I want to start with the bigger one by the property. We'll get that one prioritized today. Or by what I'm calling the main farmyard. The one that the cultivator is on right now. So we still need to do some prep on that, but we'll get this ready. Hopefully by the time we get over there, they're close enough for us to get started doing lime. And I'm hoping this rainstorm clears up here. It didn't come down too hard, so it's not too damp out here, but it is raining. Yeah, I guess we could. I was worried I couldn't see with the pallet here, but we're good. I just don't like the bar in the middle. Can we see the width? We can't even see the edge of the cedar in the side mirrors. That's rough, and this guy's really trying to pass us back here. There's nowhere to go, bud. We're getting ready. We got our hazards on. And they are doing the last headland, it looks like. Great timing. Or almost. Second to last headland. Beautiful. Just love seeing farm work going on, man. When we're driving by. Alright, we'll strategically... Ah, come on, Chris. We'll strategically put it right here for now. Got all 3 tractors out doing work. And let's see if we filled. We did not. So we can do a little bit more prep work here. Get this topped up. And once they get far enough past us, we will start putting some lime down. I'm going to back up as far as I can here and try to get all of this in one go. Feeling the tree would cause issues, but we might be able to pull this off right there. I think they're far enough ahead now. Let's go ahead and lock in. Get the lime started. And come on, you can do it. You're going too slow. 10 kilometers an hour going up the hill. Just going to burn through this lime. Just crazy. Hopefully we have enough. And I'm not seeing the data we're supposed to see. Did we not buy... Let's stop. Did we not buy the field sample here? We do. I don't know why. That's interesting. It's not doing anything. Maybe liquid lime doesn't work. And I'm just noticing this. Let's look at these other fields. If we look at, let's see, I guess we need to visit over here. No, it's still a bad state. Okay, so that sucks because it's not changing it at all. I guess I should have verified that. Now we know. All right, we did lease a piece of equipment here. I'm gonna leave the cultivator out for now just so we can get this done quicker and get back to the phase we're supposed to be at. But I'm gonna give us a full tank here of lime just to kind of compensate for the issue that we had. Not that it's gonna make or break us financially. Let's go ahead and get that activated. Is that width actually accurate to there? It looks like it is. And it's cruising. And it's adjusting. Now we can see the levels. That's good. So let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit. Looks like this tractor is only going to be able to handle about 11 kilometers. And it'll be interesting to see if it applies here. Yeah, I had a feeling we're kind of out of luck for these areas this time around. But that's all right. We'll get the rest of this field and the field next to us prepped and done correctly. Live and learn. We live and we learn. All right, let's finish this liming session. All right, we're gonna do the rest of this here. I don't know if 333 liters is gonna be enough for this last little area, but we're gonna give it a shot here. And I think since, you know, the whole field's not already in a good state, whatever we run out here, we're just gonna kind of deal with. I think we gave ourselves enough of a liberty there financially. But we can give this a return now. There it is. Let's go ahead and return it. And let's pull this to the side. We will be using the John Deere to plant. Let's get it going because it's getting late in September already. 3 o'clock already, over 4 o'clock. All right, it's exciting. Gonna get some rye. Whoop, overcorrected. We're gonna get some rye in the ground here. And I think, yeah, I think it'll be fun to do all the custom crop types on this map. And I believe this was a conversion from 22, if not 19 as well. I didn't look that far back. Lots of headlands it wants us to do. Let's get this lowered and activated. Lock into place. Planting rye for the first time on FS25. I love it. And we'll learn here what the time frame is like for the sun setting in September in Poland. Using some green equipment here, some John Deere green. Go ahead and just curve with the turn here. We should be able to get it nice and then get locked back into place right there. All right, I'm gonna get busy. Boy, just about 2 headlands done, and we are burning through the fertilizer. You can see it is a bright red right now, so it kind of makes sense. I didn't think it would use as much as it's using, but boy, and I think I need to double check the specs on these tractors and see which one we should be using, because this is struggling a little bit. So I think we'll finish this headland here. We're gonna top off on fertilizer. It looks like seed's gonna be fine, but we're definitely gonna need another pallet, if not 2. We're gonna be burning through a lot more fertilizer on these fields right now with the way that it is. And I don't know if it's this implement, but I guess we are adding 740 kilograms per hectare here to adjust the nitrogen level on the field. So it makes sense, but 2 headlands using 80%, that tells us we're gonna use a lot of fertilizer. All right, let's get this topped up, and then we will, like I said, double check the specs. The Great Plains requires 110 horsepower, and the John Deere has 116. So we do want to use the Virtus. It should perform better, and I don't remember, whoa, sorry neighbors. I don't remember if the fertilizer rate depends on how fast you're going, like Lime does. I know you can kind of cheese Lime a little bit by speed override and going faster. We're not doing speed override, but we weren't getting to the top speed often. So that's kind of my thought process there of, will we be able to, you know, make sure we're not wasting material. But let's get back over here, get this configured again. And gosh, these headlands are a little tough here. And I guess this would have been a good field to start practicing doing headlands last again. See if I can get back into that habit. But this is the last headland. There's just 3. We'll be doing the ups and downs after that. And some of those specs that we missed we'll be able to take care of too. This definitely feels like it's pulling it a little bit better. Getting up to that 12 kilometers a lot faster. I think for the other fields, I'm gonna do spraying the fertilizer. So maybe we shouldn't have done the $5,000 upgrade, but I think it'll be okay. We're definitely gonna need another pallet, so I'm gonna use the store deliveries here, and we'll buy 1 just for now, just in case this is enough, but it might not be. And yeah, we're driving on our neighbor's fields. Forgive me, neighbor, please forgive me. Around, lock in here. Back activated, and away we go. All right, yeah, rye level looks fine. We're still at 60%, so we should be okay. Just get back and forth on this field a couple more times, and we'll be all set. And it looks like the second bag of fertilizer was enough. We got 1 pass to do here as the sun is starting to set in Poland, but we got rye in the ground. Should be a much better yield than what we got from the wheat, or sorry, the spleet? The spleet? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's, I've never heard of it. But it should be much better. There's a small area where we didn't get the lime put down, which should be fine, but we should be looking at a much better yield on this field moving forward. Only thing really left to do today is clean up everything that we have outside, get it put away, and we can call it a night. And working on getting this cedar put away. I'm hoping it fits in between here. It does. Perfect. Let's get a little bit back. And that should be good right there. We'll go get the cultivator next. Pressure washer needs to get ordered and delivered too. Yeah, the side mirror's not even useful with that monitor. I need to stop talking about the monitor, guys. All right, backing up, hook up to this, and loop around to this other bay for this one, but let's make sure we don't hit this baler there. I mean, these ones are so easy to back up. They're just, you know, they go where you tell them to go. Actually, we can leave this in here now. We'll jog on out to the John Deere. I mean, I wish I could turn my neck around like this in real life. Just gotta cruise backwards. There we go. We already added the solid fertilizer, so we're just taking this all in, and I don't think we'll back this up today. I think we'll just find somewhere to store this outside that's away from the road. Just cruise on into the silage pit. Seems like a good spot for me to store things. Shut it off, and that sun is setting. Beautiful day here in Poland. Got a lot done. Very happy with our progress. I thought we were going to get through October today, but that stuff took a little bit longer. We will get to that next episode. I'm Socksway Up. Thanks for hanging out. I will catch you on the next episode.